Hello and welcome. I am going to come on today to alter my jigsaw piece for the hashtag PT Jig collab. We are creating a massive work of art, hopefully. The people who have signed up for the first jigsaw piece, hopefully you've received all your pieces now. They were sent out last Wednesday, second class post for domestic. Obviously, international post you might not have, well, you probably won't have received them yet, but I thought I'd come on and make a start on my piece. I cherry picked, I wanted this one with the heart, and I've written the number on the back so I know when I come to reassemble the puzzle I know where to put it, but obviously a corner piece is a corner piece. So what I'm going to do, first of all, I'm going to look at the colours. I've taken a photograph of this so I can remember the colours, but I'm thinking we've got lots of white. I don't have to use the colours in the proportion that they are on the piece, and I don't have to use every colour, but I've got white, a bit of black, I've got a little bit of something that looks a bit like salvaged patina, salty ocean, kitsch flamingo or picked raspberry maybe, a little bit of orange, mustard seed. Yeah, so lots of colours to play from. There's a little bit of brown there, but at first stage I'm just going to lightly, with this old nail file, just sand the surface just to give a little key on this piece. Hope everybody's well. It is snowing in the Midlands as I'm filming this. I don't think it's going to stick. I've just heard on the news that last night was the coldest night of the year so far. Somewhere in Scotland it was minus 15 point something degrees. Now, those of you that live in cooler climes such as Canada or Scandinavia, that's nothing, is it, to you guys? But for us, that is chuffing cold. Anyway, I think that would do. You can see that I've roughed it up slightly without disturbing the surface. Just going to bring in some scrap paper and I'm going to do a couple of thin coats of gesso. I did have to go and buy some gesso, but it is something that I needed. So it was a need rather than a want. Let's use this little bit of paint that's on here. Got a nice clean brush. And I'm just going to do a thin coat. It's better to do a couple of thin coats, I think. So she talking as if she knows what she's talking about, than to do, you know, one big thick one and let it bubble up. So waste not, want not, use the paint that's on the lid. I'm going to try not to interfere with the edges because obviously I need this to stick back together. Other than doing this, painting with gesso, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'm thinking some stenciling. I'm thinking Tim Holtzy things. I'm thinking stenciling. I'm thinking texture paste. I'm thinking Cosmic Shimmer Pixie Powder, but that is it. So you don't want to watch me paint. It is like watching paint dry. I will come back when this is dry. So it didn't take long at all to cover these. Now some of the pieces have got little debossed bits in, so you can see what's what I'm looking for. Yeah, see the pattern of the star underneath. I'm not too bothered about that, but that's probably 4 thin coats. There's areas where you can still see a little bit of the pattern underneath, but again, I don't mind that. You know, it sort of what's the word, hints at the history. Gosh, it's proper snowing now. It's not settling though. I can see it falling on my car, and some of it's melting as soon as it hits the surface, and some of it's sticking. It's not sticking on the ground, but it is proper snowing. It's quite exciting. I like the snow. Anyway, I think I've got an idea in my head of what I want to do, and you know, I'm all things Tim Holtz, so I'm gonna go with that, I think. And I think I know what I'm going to do. So we'll have a little play, and I don't want anyone to stress about altering their pieces. You do whatever you want to do as long as you use some of the colours that are on your jigsaw piece. So I'm just having a slurp of coffee. Right, first thing I thought I'd do is I thought I'd cover this piece with some collage paper, and this is entomology. So yes, which bit shall we go for? Doesn't really matter because you're only going to get bits of it anyway. I mean, I could yeah, I think I'm going to go like that because and it doesn't matter that the writing is upside down in places because it just doesn't. So I'm just going to tear, well, I'm going to cut actually. I'm going to cut there because I want to keep that field label intact for something else. There, right, so we'll just pop those there. Now, I hadn't used this collage paper before really, but I'm led to believe that if you use the collage medium, which is what I've got here, it's matte, the white disappears. So I'm going to just put it's very nice. I'm going to put a thin layer of this over this piece. Let's just move you out of the way because I don't want to touch you yet. I could have stained this. In fact, actually what I might do afterwards is do a little bit of stenciling with a bit of ink underneath. Okay, so let's see if this sticks now. Let's have you the right way up. We'll place you so that you are there like so. Oh, we could have used napkins actually. Now then, just going to give that a little smooching round, and then if I go round the edge of this with a water brush, it should dissolve, hopefully. Shall have a look and see if that has done that. And then any bits that are kind of overhanging, need a bit more collage medium there. Maybe I've not used enough. Okay, it's just go over the top, make sure that is stuck down. Right. Maybe we will trim and then we can, and these bits obviously that are left over I shall be keeping. Let's get some smaller scissors. I think this is going to be a bit like watching paint dry for you guys. Apologies. Oh, just seen that word Gibson there. I've got a friend who's got a surname Gibson. Need to keep that for something for her, don't I? This is very painful. This is very painful. There we go. So I'm showing this just to give you some ideas if you're taking part in this collab. Just showing you some ideas of things that you could do. And I've still got some places left on the other jigsaw if you're interested. I'll leave a link to the launch video in the description box of this video, and drop me an email if you think you might be interested, because it would be great to get that second jigsaw all allocated as well. Right, I think I'm going to come around here like so. And then I can go over again with some more collage medium and then trim away or melt away the edges. Right, there we go. I might have to sand them, I don't know, or peel them back, but all those little bits we will keep for something else. Right, let's get gluing. I don't want to interfere too much with the edge, because I still need to be mindful of fitting this to the other pieces. But can you see how I'm just kind of folding that over? It's quite tricky. Maybe I should have not covered the whole piece in collage medium, in collage paper. Let's just tease that over the edge, fold it over here, smooth. And this edge piece here doesn't matter too much, because obviously nothing is going to interfere with this. So let's just fold that over. And this collage medium doesn't take long to dry at all. I'll just tease that over there like that. Getting really messy. Gosh, it's proper chucking it down now out there. There we go. Haven't really ever used this collage paper or collage medium before, so this is a real departure for me. So we had black and white on our piece, so this is black and white. So we need to introduce some yellow and blue and pink and a little bit of brown maybe, and possibly some orange. Right, let's have a little circle with this bit here. And just tease that over. Go. Right, I'm going to set that to one side for a moment. Still pithering. There we go. That is okay. And I don't mind that the text is upside down. It's not for you at the moment. Yeah, I don't mind that the text is upside down, because I've got my beetle going the right way. I had my butterfly wing going the right way here, and I've got my numbers going the right way there. So the numbers are quite bold, so they stand out. So yeah, I wanted them going in the right direction. Now what I am going to do is just pause you while I go and wash my hands and my brush. Okay, so I'm going to work on this little piece now, and to introduce some of the pink that was on the piece. I can't get my words out. I am going to stencil this, I think. not all of it, but some of it. I'm just trying to look to see which way I want it. I think I'm going to go like that. So I've got a bit of picked raspberry, and I'm not going to, as I say, do all of it. Just going to do bits. There we go. That's fine, because I don't want to add too much to this, and as I say, I want to try and keep it simple. Now, sticking with the stencil theme, I'm going to use one of these birds. I've had this a very long time. It's really interesting, actually. I've got a lot of stencils. I keep them in a vintage little tiny suitcase, like a Paddington Bear type suitcase. And I forgot I'd got this. It was at the bottom. You get, I don't know whether you're like me, you get kind of used to using the same old, don't you? And I've just been using the things that have been near the top, which have been some Tim Holtz ones and Lavinia. Now, which bird do I want? I think I'm going to go for that one. So I'm just going to mask off this little bit here and this little bit here. And what I'm going to do, I've got some transparent texture paste, transparent gloss. I'm going to apply some of this through the stencil, like so. This is quite thin compared to the other, and I might have used my ordinary texture paste, except it has dried up. So when I go paper crafting tomorrow, I might have to buy some more, because that is a want, not a need. No, sorry, it is a need, not a want. So just making sure that goes through like that. Can't see what I'm doing. Right, hopefully that is okay. And I'm going to use just one colour of pixie powder, I think. I'm going to use this Aqua Lagoon, which would be that kind of blue colour that was on there, and I'm just going to tap like so, and lightly spray with water, and hopefully we'll get a nice reveal. Oh yes, I quite like that. I'm going to pause you again while I get this in water. So this is dry now, but what I hadn't appreciated, I've used transparent gloss, so the whole bird shape doesn't stand out particularly well, where the pixie powder hasn't kind of spritzed through the stencil aperture. I've just got transparent bits. So I'm going to try and address that by sprinkling on. We had a little bit of orange in my piece, so I'm going to put the tiniest bit. Oh, that's not the tiniest bit of this on here. Now it might not work because it is a glossy surface. I don't know. I'm going to put a little bit of water on there, and then I'm going to use a fine brush. I'm going to put the stencil back in place. I'm going to use a fine brush if I can find my fine brush. Can't find the one that I normally like to use. Where are you? There it is. It's hiding behind my palette knife. There we go. So I'm going to put my stencil back over and then just apply colour where I can see there's a little bit of a gap. So just, I don't know whether you can hear the cat meowing. As I said, this might not work. Just making sure that my stencil is in place. We're just adding the tiniest little bit of orange over where it was clear. Just blend that out a little bit. I've probably made a right pig's ear of this now. There, that looks a little bit more like a bird shape, doesn't it? I have to say, I'm not liking my piece at all. I'm sure that you will all do a lot better than me. I could just pop that stencil down there. Let's bring in, this. Just clean my brush and wipe that up. Okay, got powder everywhere. Right, yes, this is a real mess. I don't like that. In fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to find that blue and go back over with the blue and see if that looks any better. Bear with while I go and get it. Cat, come down here if you want some attention. She wants to go into Harry's room and he's got his door closed. Right, here we go. Let's try this. I don't know what I thought I was doing. I've got far too much pigment there. Let's come back in with the water brush. Okay. Get the orange off that. I'm going to make this mud now, aren't I? Painting blue over orange. And it's kind of like a greeny blue. But I had got kind of like a bit of brown. I can see that that's seeped under as well. Yes, that's a bit of a mess. But I like it better than what I had before, marginally speaking. Let's just cover that bit of orange up there, like so. Oh, yes. That is disgusting, Ashley. Absolutely disgusting. And I think I want to dry that mess, or should we blot it? Let's blot it and see what happens. Oh, that's a bit better actually. Knocked that colour back. Okay, right, now then, I want to do a little bit of background stamping with this Alan Create stamp. And I think I'm going to use, I don't know what colour to use. Let's make sure we've got it the right way up. Is that the right way up? Yes, it is. What colour shall we use? I suppose really it should be a bit of black, shouldn't it? But that might be a bit too heavy. Oh, dearie me. Not really with it today. Shall we go in with a little bit of Salty Ocean if I can find it? Can't find it. Can't find it. We haven't got any green on our thing. I had got a little bit of brown, so maybe I'll use a little bit of this second generation gathered twigs just for a little hint. Just for a little hint, just to grunge it up a little bit. There we go, that will do for that, because I don't want to go overboard, but I'll leave that out because I might need it. Just pop you down there, you can go down there, bring in the other piece. Now, I want to do some stenciling with this. and I want to get some little bits of this over there, and I'm going to use Villainous Potion because we had a little bit of dark purple, if you remember. So just picking up adding a little bit of colour and just a little bit there, just to give a little hint. And then I want a bit of a bigger. I have been talking away to myself and just realised that I've not actually been recording. So I don't know whether my camera has just, oh, hold on. Let me show you something. Oh. I've made this macrame thing at school in the craft club, and it's hanging up from my curtain pole, and she's just jumped up to pull it down. So yes, I need to move that. little minx that she is. Yes, anyway, yes, so I realised that I'd got a little bit of clear bit on my bird, so the bird didn't stand out. So I reapplied some Cosmic Shimmer Pixie Powder through the stencil. I put the stencil back on. I've die cut this piece and just inked some yellow on it. So this piece I've gone round the edge with Villainous Potion. I've gone through this stencil again with Villainous Potion. I've stamped this stamp with a bit of picked raspberry and mustard seed. Yes, so that is that. And then I'm just going to now see what this looks like here, like so, and it still fits in. Oh shit, oh she's gone for it again. Yes, so that is that. And then I'm going to glue this just at the bottom here so that it goes over both pieces like so, and then we can finish off with a word clipping. So I'm just sticking down the bottom bit of this so that the rest of it is up. Oh God, she's a menace. So it's a bit kind of 3D-y. Just move that down so it's in line with the bottom. Yes, okay. So now I would like a Tim Holtz clipping, if I can find my Tim Holtz clippings. Where are you? Where are you? I thought I'd got you handy. Hold on a minute. Found them. Let's put lid on glue. Okay, it's a bit busy, isn't it? Yeah, it's not my finest hour. I was so looking forward to this as well. I think it's got potential, but yeah, I think my mistake was using the collage paper on that piece. I should have maybe just used little tiny bits of it. But I quite like the concept of this, and I like how I've got the edge purple round, so like the heart kind of peeks through. But let's find a little thing, a little undercover of rain, lucky him, something she wanted, bidding farewell to the warm merry day. That's too much. Her eyes gleamed to understand. That's quite nice, actually. I like that. Let's just go for that. Nice and simple there, like so. There we go. And I thought I might put some gems on, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it like that. Do you think I should put those down or leave them up? Comment down below. Should I glue these bits down or leave them up? Anyway, that's how not to alter a jigsaw piece. When I've done my other one from Puzzle 2, I'll come and show you that. Do take care, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed my little mess up today. I'll be back soon. Bye now.